Hola y bienvenidos a la Deuces Wild Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente de su mejor cerveza. No abate por No Filter Network. Will the Thrill Clark not with us today? He will be back with us on Tuesday, though. Miguelito San Dieguito not with us today as well, but you can find him on the Mind Bender podcast exclusively here on No Filter Network. He's doing a terrific job of creating consistent content and putting material out there that has the ability to help not only young athletes, but each and every one of us. So, as you guys know, we come on here when we come on here each and every single morning, and we properly salute our boys and all you guys. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Remember this, folks. When we are juiceful, we are useful. And when we are juiceless, we are fucking useless. A reminder of our title sponsor. That's right. The Foot Reflexology Board, fresh in a package. Go to ericbyrnes.com, ERICBYRNES.com to pick up one of these bad boys. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. I don't know the exact number of what we have left, but we have sold a shit ton of boards. So get your board before that shipment is gone. And when you're there, might as well pick up a copy of The Effortless Life Lessons from a Human Crash Test Dummy, as well as the Daily Hustle 222 Unfiltered Life Guidance from a Human Crash Test Dummy. And how about the Let Them Play, a coaching and parenting guide to youth sports book? Oh, yeah, by the way, if you're into Flippy here, get a lot of compliments on this thing. Read the story about Flippy, and then you decide whether or not you want one of these bad boys. Okay, the Daily Hustle title today that just went out via email communications: Family Matters. Daily Hustle quote of the day: he was firing me up the whole time. I'd hit one good one, and he'd be like, let's go. And I don't know, it just got me going. And I think that's why I got good spurts during the Derby. Cal Raleigh on his 15-year-old brother, Todd Jr., who was catching during the Home Run Derby. Daily Hustle translation: in 2018, when Bryce Harper won the Home Run Derby with his dad, Ron throwing to him, I thought that was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. As a father who has spent endless hours in the front yard, backyard, and batting cages throwing batting practice to my kids, it was tough not to get a bit nostalgic about the family dynamics. Fast forward 7 years to Monday night in Atlanta, and once again, we had a father-son duo dominating the Home Run Derby. Cal Raleigh, nicknamed the Big Dumper, who leads baseball with 38 home runs, was launching balls thrown by his father, Todd, deep into the Atlanta night. During the contest, I noticed the BP catcher getting animated with every Raleigh rocket and quickly became mesmerized with who the juicy kid was behind the dish. Sure enough, it just so happened to be Cal's 15-year-old little brother, Todd Jr., who was in the gear and firing up out the crouch, hoisting his arms in the air, celebrating the guy he said he's tried to emulate his entire life. Every now and then, there's a moment in sports that just hits different. For me, that was this moment. I don't know the Raleigh's complete family story, but I don't really need to. I see a dad that is present, a brother that is the ultimate supporter, and a beyond humble Major League superstar who has embraced a role and nickname others would have had a hard time with. On that note, just wanted to use this daily hustle to salute Mom Stephanie for raising such great young men and celebrate the Raleighs, Todd Sr., Todd Jr., and the Big Dumper for their Derby crown, and reminding all of us of the only thing that really fucking matters: family. EB. So there it is. Look, I talked a little bit about this on the One Daily Hustle that I did when I was in Oregon. But there certainly is something about the way the three of them were interacting that just completely melts my heart. The fact that you had Cal, who's significantly older, obviously, than Todd Jr., and then you have Todd Sr., who was a former college baseball coach, throwing the batting practice. But you can't fake that reaction if you're Todd Jr. And then to hear that he's pumping up his brother the whole time. And here's the big dumper who just kind of seems like this ho-hum sort of dude that'll just roll with the punches, whatever. To have him come out and he said about Todd Jr. is like, man, he's living his best life. And it's just awesome to see that dynamic. And once again, as a father who has spent endless hours in the front yard firing TV cheddar cheese to biscuit in the batting cages, the backyard, and even to my girls when they were younger and playing baseball, that moment just melts my heart. And it wasn't just about the fact that Cal Raleigh won the home run derby. Cool, whatever. It was the way the brother got so gosh damn genuinely excited for Cal. The way the dad just remained cool, calm, collected, like a machine, and then talked about how special of a moment that was for him afterwards, not just because his son won the home run derby, but because his other son was back there catching the pitches that he was throwing. That's what sports is about. That's what fucking life is about. So I think we all could take that moment and slow things down a little bit when we get caught up in our chaotic world of, oh, I got to produce, I got to do this, I got to do that. And use it as a reminder that at the end of the day, the only thing that fucking matters is family. So thank you to the Raleighs for that. All right, moving on. There were some things that I saw, a couple articles. Obviously, we had the swing off home run derby in the All-Star game. A lot of reactions one way or another. It seemed like the players loved it. Some of the fans loved it. Other the fans, obviously the baseball purists, were disgusted by it. There's one article talking about how baseball in the All-Star game had hit an all-time low. And one of the things they were saying was that because the players weren't there for the home run derby. So you had guys like Aaron Judge was long gone by the time the derby was happening. Look, it certainly was not an all-time low for baseball. It was really fucking cool. I don't think anyone really knew what was happening. But then, it was very well explained by Fox. And so we got this sense of what was going on. I don't think we needed to see Judge. It would have been nice, obviously, to have him out there. I do think that's something that MLB should revisit. If you're going to go to the fucking All-Star game, I need you to stick around for the whole game. Even if you just play 2 innings, get pulled out, you got to stick around for the game. Now, I get it. Like, you've done your job. Onto the private jet that's waiting for you to take you back to wherever you're going. I do understand how and why these players would want to bolt. But if you're getting these bonuses and they're throwing out a certain amount of dollars for the winning team and everything else, and they're trying to incentivize things, you got to stay in fucking uniform and you got to stay there. It's not a good look for Major League Baseball. So in that sense, I do agree somewhat with this article. Now, there's a lot of things I also don't agree with, because I do say that I'm down with the home run contest. Now, to decide the game. I'm also the guy that I would much prefer the Texas tiebreaker. The bases loaded. We use it in travel ball. It's electric. Bases loaded, 1 out, extra innings. MLB obviously does the runner on second. And so it adds a little bit more strategy. I like a little bit more chaos. So that would be my recommendation, even in the All-Star game as well. But if you are going to do the home run derby, what a fun way to do it. And Kyle Schwarber, who absolutely lit the world on fire with one of the most clutch performances in the history of the All-Star game. I don't give a shit if it was a BP thrower throwing 56-mile-per-hour cookies right down the middle. It's not easy to hit 3 home runs on 3 pitches. The one thing that resonated with me about Schwarber was when they were talking to the other players before they went to hit, and I love the other players' natural, honest response where, hey, how you guys feeling? And they're like, nervous. Like, whoa, okay. Like, I didn't really expect this. And then they asked Schwarber how he was feeling. And he's like, I don't know. I'm excited, man. We got the boys here. They're pumped up. It's all for the show. It's all entertainment. And then went out there and had the success that he did. From a perspective of how do we get the most out of ourselves, out of our kids, everything else, that's the approach. That really is. Because Schwarber could have looked at it like everyone else. And they even asked Schwarber, are you nervous? He's like, yeah, I don't know. And they're like, don't put that fucking in his head, right? He approached it exactly how he should. Now, he might hit 3 homers. He might hit no homers. Either way, he was excited because all the guys and his teammates were excited, and it seemed like a pretty cool moment. I mean, you had dudes coming back out in street clothes who had already changed and were literally like on their way to the airport, and they wanted to see how this thing went down. So kudos to Kyle Schwarber, who ends up getting the World Series MVP. Now, excuse me, All-Star Game MVP. They changed the credentials of what it took, I heard, to get that, because apparently it was not supposed to include, and then now these are older rules, but it was not supposed to include what happened in the swing off. But I mean, how can you not include it? And I wouldn't give it to Schwarber if he does it too. I would not. He needed that third to put them ahead. If he just hit 2 to tie it up and then Alonso finished it with 1, the MVP would have gone to Alonso. But Schwarber hit 3. Obviously, Alonso hit a homer during the game as well. So I like where MLB is with this. As far as the automated strike system, the robo-ump, this can't come soon enough. The challenges were entertaining. I enjoyed them. Some of them they got right. Some of them they got wrong. Why are we wasting our fucking time with this? We know what every single pitch is. Can we just call it a ball and just call it a strike and move on and quit the petty bullshit? Quit trying to make the umps feel more relevant than they have to be. Quit trying to have the players decipher whether or not these things are balls and strikes. This is really fucking hard. Really, really hard. I get it. This is why I've been lobbying for the robo-ump for years. We've already proven it's not taking jobs away. You're just giving them assistance on balls and strikes. I don't need the game within the game. The strategy of when to challenge and when not to challenge. Fuck that. If it's a ball, it's a ball. If it's a strike, it's a strike. We know right away. Put an IFB in the umpire's ear. He hears it. Ball, strike, ball, strike. It's not that fucking hard. We've proven this time and time again. And then lastly here, really kind of fucked up, man. So we've heard about these raids on athletes' homes. And Ketel Marte, his home was burglarized during the All-Star game. I mean, holy shit, man. Just, oh, if you're a professional athlete out there and the way this thing's gone down, have a caretaker at the house. I mean, there's no other way. I mean, you guys make enough money. You got to get someone you trust. But it's scary to think that. I mean, these things have been going on. I know with Patrick Mahomes' home, and they're specifically targeting these athletes and when they're away and they know that they're not home. So really, really kind of fucked up situation. As far as the ESPYs are concerned, I watched a little bit. Watched the athlete of the year, and they went over the guys. Um, the that Josh Allen was one of the dudes who, obviously, I'm a huge Bills fan. Could have very easily given it to him. SGA was in the conversation, the basketball player for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then Shohei Ohtani. And without getting too far into the details and the numbers and everything else, like Josh Allen had a fucking fantastic year. SGA, MVP year. Thunder win the title. Great job. Shohei Ohtani, if you go back and look what he did in 2024, from a personal and team standpoint, he was by far the best player in sports. And it wasn't even fucking close. So to hand out the Male Athlete of the Year award to SGA instead of Shohei Ohtani is a blatant fucking crime by ESPN. I now will no longer watch the ESPYs and not take them serious. It is a political statement because we all know ESPN has been backtracking from baseball, getting out of their Sunday night deal and all the other bullshit. They might as well not even carry fucking baseball highlights anymore. You're wasting our fucking time. It's an absolute joke that you would pass over Ohtani, who is an international superstar too. For some guy, this isn't about SGA. It's really not. And congratulations to him and the Thunder. Fantastic year. But wake the fuck up. Holy shit. You could not have fucked this up anymore. Embarrassing. Completely bullshit debacle of not awarding the right person. Sending a horrific message, not only to just sports fans everywhere, but the youth of America. Like, Bissy, like, Dad, like, what, don't you think Ohtani should have won? Yes! Fuck yes! Of course he should have won. So, man, I could go on this for hours on end. All right, everyone, have a fantastic day. Daily Hustle back at you on a Monday. All right. Have a great weekend.